Feeling a bit down, a bit nervous, those post-holiday blues.
Yeah, Anxiety UK say those blues could be more serious. As many as 1 in 20 children suffering from extreme anxiety known as school phobia.
Yeah, we're joined now by Mawson and her 12-year-old son, Andrew, who's lived with the condition for 4 years, along with child psychologist Laverne Antrobus. It's good to see all of you this morning. Now, pleased to say that you're talking to us, aren't you, Andrew, from a position of feeling better now and having conquered things. But tell us how you felt when you really was in the grip of this school phobia.
Well, it was like I just felt pain whenever I went to school or got near the school gate. I just couldn't get anywhere near it. Or when we waited in the reception, the bell went, I just completely changed.
And what do you mean by pain? Was it sort of panic or...?
Panic, yeah.
Oh.
And did you always know that it was related to school? Did you have those experiences in other walks of life or parts of your life?
Well, there's some events that's happened in my life that I think that caused it, but I just kept on, like, getting scared, just going to school and wanted to stay home. Didn't want to leave my mum anywhere. So but then I conquered it and kept on working on it. Good
for you. And this must have been strange for you, Mum, because I suppose your first thought is, oh, typical youngster, doesn't want to go back to school. Come on, off you go. When did you think, this is a bit different?
Well, the first major incident was actually when Grandad was taking him to school. Grandad had rang me and said, you know, Andrew came, had clung to him, physically clung to him for dear life, terrified. And it was an assumption that going to school and being this grip with fear, that it was maybe a case of bullying. It wasn't until I actually had an episode with Andrew for myself that I actually saw this.
So it wasn't bullying, wasn't related to anything specific?
No, it was actually,
like
I'd sat Andrew down, had a sincere talk with him, you know, we have a really good relationship. I realised there was something more behind this.
I guess therein lies the problem, Laverne, doesn't it, is putting your finger on what the issue is, and because this seemingly is so rare, it's not an easy task.
I think that's right, and I think it's really important this morning to make the distinction between sort of ordinary anxiety, which we all have. You know, there'll be lots of parents this morning who've got children who are struggling with that idea of going back, but, you know, excuse me, for most children, it's an ordinary anxiety. It's not truanting, because truanting is not about fear of school, that's about being bored or a bit angry. But for Andrew, I think it was a real sense that something incapacitated him, you know, that made him feel truly terrified of this thing called school. And it sounds as if through talking to him and beginning to unpick and uncover the problem, often there is a trigger to this, you know, there is an incident that does sort of flare things up for young people. And it's important to make sure that you identify that.
Kay, did you find that the school was sympathetic? Did they get what was going on, or did they just think, oh, he just doesn't like school? I mean, did they sort of understand it?
No, we didn't get much support there at all. The problem that we had was going to the school, we were reminded about the laws of truancy. They were harsh on Andrew, you know, putting that reminder in place. And in the end, a GP had to call them and say, can you please work with this mother? She needs, you know, she understands a child needs to get into school, but she also needs to work with the child to help him. Can you not hinder this?
Right, so hugely frustrating and unpleasant at times, but happily you're through this. So are you looking forward to going back to school?
I'm looking forward to it, because I'm back in secondary school, so I'm going to see it with all my friends. But I'm glad I conquered my fear of schools.
Good for you.
Yeah, and well done. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Good for coming and speaking about it as well. Some people would be very nervous about that, but you're very confident, so that's brilliant. Good to speak to you.
Yeah, job for you in TV one day, perhaps, with that kind of confidence talking on camera. I could learn, I think.
I was going to say,
because I'm really struggling
struggling
as a presenter on my first day back at school. Laverne as well, thanks so much, Steve, for coming and offering your insight.